Last week, I saw my own funeral. Yes, my funeral. People were crying, my photo was on the wall, and my own son, he was standing there, acting sad. But the truth is, I was not dead. I was standing outside, in the cold, watching everything. At first, I thought maybe it is some mistake. But then I heard something that broke me completely. My son said, "Finally, everything is mine now." In that moment, my heart did not break. It turned cold, because I realized this was not a mistake. This was a plan. So I stayed quiet. I watched. I listened. And what I discovered that night changed everything. You think family always loves you? Then this story will shock you. So stay with me till the end, because what happened next, no one will expect. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more shocking stories like this. And before we go forward, make sure you are subscribed, and tell me in the comments which country you are watching from. I really want to see how far this story reaches. My name is Edward Collins. I am 68 years old, and until recently, I believed I had a normal life. I live in a quiet neighborhood in Boston. A small but beautiful house, the kind you build slowly, over many years of hard work. I worked for 40 years as a civil engineer. Long hours, tough projects, but I never complained, because everything I did for my family. My wife, Margaret, she passed away 6 years ago. Cancer. After she died, the house became very quiet. Too quiet. But I was not alone. I had my son, Daniel. He is 35 now. When he was a child, he was everything to me. Every evening, he would run to the door when I came home. "Dad," he would shout, jumping into my arms. Back then, I felt like the luckiest man alive. But people change. And sometimes, they change so slowly, you don't notice, until it's too late. Daniel got married 4 years ago. His wife, Sophia. At first, she seemed polite. Soft voice, perfect smile, always saying the right things. But her eyes, they never smiled. I remember the first time she came to my house. She looked around the living room, slowly, carefully, like she was measuring everything. Not appreciating, judging. I ignored it, because my son looked happy. And as a father, sometimes you stay silent, just to protect your child's happiness. Big mistake. After the wedding, everything changed. Daniel stopped visiting me regularly. Then slowly he stopped calling. Weeks would pass. Then months. When I called him, he sounded busy. Always busy. Work, Dad. Meetings, Dad. I'll call you later. But later, never came. Then one day, he showed up at my door. With Sophia. And 2 large suitcases. "Dad, we need a favor," he said. They told me their apartment lease had ended, and their new house was still under renovation. "Just for a few weeks," Daniel said. Of course, I said yes. He is my son. But those few weeks turned into months, and then a year. Slowly, my house stopped feeling like my home. Sophia started changing things. First, the furniture. She said my old couch looked outdated. Then the curtains. Then the kitchen setup. One day, I walked into my own living room, and I didn't recognize it anymore. Everything felt cold. Not like a home, but like a showroom. Even worse, the way they treated me began to change. At first, it was small things. They would eat dinner without calling me. They would make plans, and not tell me. Then it became words. Sharp words. Disrespectful words. "Edward, can you not leave your shoes there?" Sophia would say. "Not, Dad. Not even Mr. Collins." Edward, like I was a stranger. Daniel didn't correct her. He just stayed quiet. That hurt more than anything. One evening, I heard something I was never supposed to hear. I was walking past the kitchen, and Sophia was on the phone. She didn't see me. "Yes, Mom?" "I know," she said. Her voice was calm, but cold. "It's just temporary. Once everything is transferred, we'll move out." I froze. "Transferred? What do you mean?" I heard her mother ask through the phone speaker. Sophia laughed softly. "Edward's assets, the house, the savings, everything will go to Daniel eventually." My heart started beating faster. She continued, "We just need to wait. He's old anyway." That word hit me like a knife. I stood there, silent, listening. Then she said something that changed everything. "Honestly, I don't think he has much time left." I stepped into the kitchen. She turned, saw me, and for a second, just a second, her smile disappeared. But then, it came back. "Edward," she said sweetly, "we're out of milk. Can you get some from the store?" Like nothing happened. like I heard nothing. I looked at her, then at Daniel. He was sitting at the table, scrolling his phone. He didn't even look up. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about her words. Once everything is transferred, they're just waiting. Waiting for what? Waiting for me to die. That was the moment. Something inside me changed. I stopped being emotional. I stopped reacting. Instead, I started observing, watching, listening, because I realized something very important. In my own house, I was not a father anymore. I was an obstacle. A few days later, something strange happened. I received a phone call from a private number. "Mr. Collins?" a man's voice said. "Yes," I replied. "This is St. Mary's Hospital. We need to confirm something urgently." My heart skipped. "I think you've made a mistake," I said. "I'm fine." There was a pause. Then the man said something that made my blood run cold. "Sir, according to our records, you were admitted last night and pronounced dead this morning." Dead. I felt my hands shaking. "What are you talking about?" I said. "There must be an error." The man sounded confused. "Your son, Daniel Collins, signed the documents." Silence. Pure silence. I couldn't speak. I couldn't think. My son signed papers saying I was dead? I ended the call slowly. My mind was spinning. This was not a mistake. This was something else. Something planned. Something dark. That evening, Daniel and Sophia were unusually happy. Laughing. Talking. Even ordering expensive food. Like they were celebrating something. I sat quietly in the corner, watching them, studying every move. And then, Daniel said something that confirmed my worst fear. "It's finally done," he said, smiling. Sophia raised her glass. "To a new beginning." They clinked glasses. I felt a cold wave run through my body. A new beginning. Without me. That night, I made a decision. I didn't confront them. I didn't ask questions. Because I wanted the truth. The full truth. So instead, I did something unexpected. The next morning, I packed a small bag, took my important documents, and quietly left my own house. Without telling anyone, I disappeared. And for the first time in my life, I became a ghost. Not dead, but not alive in their world either. 2 days later, I came back, but not to enter the house. I stood across the street, hidden in the shadows, and what I saw will stay with me forever. There were cars outside, many cars, lights inside the house, music, people laughing. I moved closer, slowly, carefully, and looked through the window. And then, I saw it, a large photo of me, with flowers around it, like a funeral. But this was not a funeral. This was a celebration. My son was hosting a party for my death, and I was standing outside, watching everything, alive. I stood there, in the dark, across the street, staring at my own house. The same house I built, brick by brick, memory by memory, now glowing with lights, music, and laughter. For a moment, I thought maybe I was wrong. Maybe this was just a gathering. Maybe I misunderstood everything. But then, I looked again, and I saw my photo, right in the center of the living room. A large framed picture of me, placed on a table, with white flowers around it, candles, like a memorial, like I was already buried. My chest felt tight. I couldn't breathe properly, but I didn't move. I couldn't. It was like my feet were stuck to the ground. I slowly walked closer, step by step, until I reached the side window. The curtains were slightly open, just enough for me to see inside. People were dressed in formal clothes. Some were holding drinks. Some were talking in small groups. And some were actually smiling while looking at my picture. Smiling. At my death. I felt something break inside me. But I stayed quiet. I stayed hidden. Because I needed to know everything. Not half-truths. Not guesses. The full truth. Inside, I saw Daniel, my son, standing in the middle of the room. Well-dressed. Confident. Smiling. Like this was the happiest day of his life. Next to him, Sophia. She looked beautiful. Perfect makeup, perfect dress. And that same cold smile on her face. The one I had seen from the very beginning. But tonight, it looked different. It looked victorious. Like she had won something. Daniel raised his glass. And slowly, the room became quiet. Everyone turned to him. My heart started beating faster. I moved even closer to the window. I needed to hear this. "I just want to say something," Daniel began. His voice was calm, controlled, almost emotional. But I knew him. I knew when he was acting. And this was acting. Today, we remember my father, he said. A few people lowered their heads. Some pretended to be sad. I felt my hands clench into fists. Remember? I was standing right there, alive. I know this is sudden, Daniel continued, but sometimes, life doesn't give us warnings. Life? No, Daniel. This wasn't life. This was something else. Something you created. Sophia gently placed her hand on his arm, like she was supporting him. But I could see her face. She was enjoying this, enjoying every second. Daniel took a deep breath. My father was a simple man, he said. Simple. That word hit me hard. After everything I had done for him, after everything I had given, I was just simple. He lived a quiet life, Daniel continued. He believed in hard work, discipline, and saving money. A few people nodded. Some whispered. But then, his tone changed. But the truth is, he said slowly, he didn't understand the world we live in today. I felt my heart drop. What was he saying? He was stuck in the past, Daniel said. Old thinking, old ways, always holding things back. Holding things back. I stepped closer to the glass. I could hear every word clearly now. He never trusted me fully, Daniel added, and that made things difficult. Difficult? I trusted him with everything. My money, my house, my life. And now, he was standing there, turning me into the problem, turning me into the reason. I saw people nodding again, believing him, accepting his version of the story. That hurt more than anything, because lies, when spoken with confidence, start to look like truth. Sophia leaned closer to him, whispered something in his ear. He smiled, then continued. But today, we don't focus on the past, he said. Today, we celebrate a new beginning. That phrase again. A new beginning. Without me. Without the man who built everything. The room slowly filled with soft claps. Some people even raised their glasses. I felt dizzy. I placed my hand on the wall, trying to stay steady. But then, something happened. That changed everything. One of the guests, a man in a black suit, spoke loudly. Daniel, he said, what about the legal side? The room became quiet again. My heart stopped for a second. Legal side? Daniel looked at Sophia. She nodded. He smiled again. That confident, dangerous smile. Everything is handled, he said. Dad signed the documents before everything happened. My mind went blank. Signed documents? What documents? When? I never signed anything. Never. Unless my thoughts started racing. Had they forged something? Or tricked me? Or worse, used something I signed years ago? Ownership is already transferred, Daniel added calmly. The house, the accounts, everything is in my name now. Everything. In his name. I felt like the ground disappeared under my feet. This wasn't just a party. This wasn't just disrespect. This was a plan. A complete, calculated plan. Sophia stepped forward, smiling, confident. And we're very grateful for everything Edward did, she said. But now, it's time to move forward. Forward. She said it so easily. Like I was just a chapter. Close. Finished. Forgotten. A woman in the room asked softly. So, what happened exactly? There was a small silence. Then Daniel spoke again. Heart attack, he said. Quick, peaceful, no suffering. Heart attack. I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it was so absurd. I was standing outside, breathing, listening, alive. And inside, they had already decided how I died, how my story ended. I felt something change inside me. The pain was still there. The anger was growing. But something else appeared too. Clarity. Everything became clear. This was not a misunderstanding. Not a mistake. This was intentional. Carefully planned. Carefully executed. And I was the target. Inside the house, the music started again. People began talking, laughing, drinking. Like nothing was wrong. Like this was normal. Like celebrating a man's death, while he is still alive, is just another event. I looked at Daniel, my son, the boy who once ran into my arms, now standing there, laughing with strangers, in a house built by me, celebrating a lie. I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I didn't break the window and walk inside. No, because in that moment, I understood something very important. If I walked in, they would lie. They would deny everything. They would turn it against me. But if I stayed outside, If I stayed invisible, I could see the truth, the real truth, and truth is the most powerful weapon. I slowly stepped back from the window. My heart was still heavy, but my mind was sharp, very sharp. I walked to the side of the house and stood in complete darkness, watching, waiting, listening, because I knew this was just the beginning, and whatever they were planning next, I needed to see it. I needed to hear it, because this was no longer about emotions. This was about something bigger, something deeper. This was about betrayal, and betrayal always has a price. I stayed in the shadows, just a few steps away from my own house. The music inside was getting louder now. People were laughing, glasses were clinking, and my death party was in full swing. I should have left. Any normal person would have walked away, but I couldn't, because something inside me kept saying, "Stay, there is more." So I stayed. I moved slowly along the side wall, careful not to make any sound. There was a small window near the back of the house. The kitchen window. It was slightly open. Voices were coming from inside. Not the loud party voices. These were quieter, serious. I stepped closer, and then I heard them. Daniel and Sophia. Alone. My heart started beating faster again. I leaned closer to the window, holding my breath. "We need to be careful now," Sophia said. Her voice was low, but very clear. "I know," Daniel replied. "But everything is already done." Done? What exactly was done? Sophia didn't sound fully relaxed. "What about the hospital?" she asked. "They won't question it?" Daniel paused for a moment. Then he spoke slowly. "No. The paperwork is clean. Everything matches." My stomach tightened. Paperwork again. This was not random. This was organized. Sophia continued. "And the body?" I froze. My entire body went cold. The body? There was no body. I was standing right there. Alive. Daniel exhaled softly. "That part is handled," he said. "Handled? How can you handle something that doesn't exist?" Sophia lowered her voice even more. "I don't like that part," she said. "It feels risky." Daniel sounded slightly annoyed. "We had no choice," he replied. "If we didn't move fast, things could go wrong." Things could go wrong? What things? My mind was racing, trying to connect everything. Hospital call. Fake death. Documents. Now, a missing body. This was bigger than I thought. Much bigger. Sophia spoke again. "And what if someone asks to see him?" she said. "For the funeral?" Daniel gave a short laugh. "There is no funeral," he said. "We already told everyone it was a private cremation." Cremation. My chest tightened again. So that was the plan. No body. No questions. No proof. Just ashes. Or at least, the idea of ashes. Sophia seemed relieved. "That's smart," she said. "Very clean." Clean. That word made me feel sick. They were talking about my death like it was a business deal. A transaction. No emotions. No guilt. Just planning. I closed my eyes for a second, trying to control myself, trying not to react, because I knew, if I made one mistake, if I made one sound, everything would be lost. So I stayed quiet, very quiet. Then Daniel said something. That changed everything again. "What matters now is the transfer," he said. The lawyer confirmed it. My heart skipped a beat. Lawyer? Which lawyer? What transfer? Sophia's voice became excited. "So it's officially ours?" she asked. Daniel smiled. I could hear it in his voice. "Yes," he said. "The house, the accounts, even the investment portfolio. Everything. Gone. Or at least, they believed it was gone." Sophia let out a small laugh. "I told you it would work," she said. "All we had to do was wait." Wait. That word again. They were waiting for this moment. Planning it. For how long? Months? Years? I felt a deep pain inside me. Not just anger. Not just betrayal. Something deeper. Something heavier. The realization that my own son was part of this. Not forced. Not tricked. He was involved. Fully involved. I opened my eyes again and looked inside. Daniel was standing near the counter, pouring himself a drink. Sophia was leaning against the table, relaxed, happy, like everything was perfect, like nothing was wrong. Then she said something that made my hands shake. "What about his old files?" she asked. "The documents in his study?" Daniel shrugged. "I'll go through them later," he said. "If there's anything important, we keep it. And if not?" Sophia asked. "Throw it away," Daniel said casually. Throw it away. Just like that. My life, my work, my memories, reduced to trash. I felt my jaw tighten, but I stayed still. Because now, I understood everything. This was not just about money. This was about control. They wanted everything. The house, the accounts, the business investments, even my identity. And they were ready to erase me. Completely. Sophia moved closer to Daniel, lowered her voice again. There's one more thing, she said. What if he comes back? For a second, everything went silent. Even my breathing stopped. Daniel laughed. A cold, confident laugh. He won't, he said. How can he? He's already dead. Those words hit me harder than anything before. Already dead. That's what I was to him now. Not his father. Not a human. Just a finished story. Sophia nodded slowly. You're right, she said. No one comes back from that. I stepped back from the window. Slowly. Carefully. My mind was clear now. Completely clear. There was no confusion left. No doubt. No hope that this was a misunderstanding. This was real. This was planned. And this was dangerous. Very dangerous. Because if they were willing to fake my death, then what else were they capable of? I looked at the house again. The lights. The music. The people. Everything looked normal from outside. But inside, it was something else. Something dark. Something calculated. I took a deep breath. And for the first time, I made a decision. Not emotional. Not impulsive. Cold. Precise. If they wanted me to be dead, then I would be dead. At least, for now. Because a dead man is invisible. A dead man can watch everything. A dead man can prepare. And when the time is right, a dead man can come back. And when he does, everything changes. I turned away from the house, slowly, without making a sound, and walked into the darkness. But before I left, I looked back one last time. At my home. At my son. At the life I had built. And I said something very quietly, so no one could hear. Enjoy it while you can. Because this is not over. Not even close. That night, I did not go back home. I walked, slowly, far from the house. The music was still playing behind me. Voices, laughter, celebration. But with every step I took, those sounds became smaller. Until finally, there was only silence. Cold, heavy silence. I reached the end of the street, and stopped under a street light. For a moment, I just stood there, thinking. Not like before. Not emotional. Not confused. Now, everything inside me was calm. Very calm. Because I understood something now. I was not a father anymore in their world. I was a mistake that they already fixed. So I had two choices. Disappear forever, or come back, in a way they never expect. I chose the second. I took out my phone. My hands were steady now. No shaking. No fear. I called someone. A man I trusted for many years. Hello, he answered. Michael, I said quietly. There was a pause. Edward, he said surprised. Where are you? Daniel told me. I know what he told you, I interrupted. Silence. Then I said slowly. I'm not dead. Michael didn't speak for a few seconds. Then, okay, he said carefully. Tell me everything. So I did. I told him about the hospital call, the party, the fake death, the documents, everything. He didn't interrupt. He just listened. When I finished, he took a deep breath. This is serious, he said. Yes, I replied. And I need your help. Michael was not just a friend. He was a lawyer. A very good one. We had worked together years ago. He knew my financial records, my assets, my legal structure. If what you're saying is true, he said slowly, then this is fraud, identity misuse, possibly criminal. I don't want noise, I said. I don't want police, not yet. Then what do you want? He asked. I looked up at the dark sky. I want control, I said. And I want the truth, fully. Michael paused. Then his voice changed. More serious. More focused. All right, he said. Then we do this carefully. We spoke for almost 1 hour. Planning. Step by step. No rush. No mistakes. Because one wrong move, and everything could fall apart. After the call, I booked a small motel room. Nothing expensive. Nothing noticeable. Just a place to stay hidden. That night, I didn't sleep much. Not because I was scared, but because my mind was working. Every detail. Every word I heard. Every action they took. I was connecting everything. By morning, I had a plan. A real plan. The next day, I started with the most important thing. Proof. If I wanted to take everything back, I needed evidence. Strong evidence. Not just words. So I went to the hospital. St. Mary's. The same place that called me. I wore simple clothes. A cap, glasses. Nothing that would attract attention. I walked inside calmly. Like I belonged there. At the reception, a young woman smiled. "How can I help you?" she asked. I looked at her and said something very simple. "I need to check a record." She nodded. "Name?" she asked. I took a small breath, then said it. "Edward Collins." She started typing. Her smile slowly disappeared. Then she looked at me, confused. "Sir," she said slowly, "this record shows you are deceased." Deceased. Hearing that word again felt strange, like I was talking about someone else. I leaned closer. "Yes," I said quietly. "That's why I'm here." She looked nervous. I need to call someone," she said. A few minutes later, a man came, middle-aged, serious face, hospital administration. He took me to a private room, closed the door, then looked at me carefully. "You're saying you are Edward Collins?" he asked. "Yes." "And you are alive?" "Yes." He sat down slowly, then opened a file. "According to our records," he said, "you were admitted and declared dead." "I was never here," I replied. He looked at the documents again, then said something important. "These papers were signed." "By who?" I asked. He turned the file toward me, and there it was. The name. Daniel Collins. My son. Signed, clearly, confidently. My chest felt heavy again, but I didn't react. Not this time. "Who confirmed the body?" I asked. The man frowned. "That's strange," he said. "There is no full medical report. No report. No details. Just paperwork. Fake paperwork. This should not happen," he added. "This is a serious violation." I nodded slowly. "Yes," I said. "It is." He looked at me again. "What do you want to do?" he asked. I thought for a moment, then said, "Nothing, for now." He looked surprised. "You're not filing a complaint?" he asked. "Not yet," I replied. "I just need copies." He hesitated, but then agreed. A few minutes later, I had everything. Copies of the documents, signatures, dates, details, proof, real proof. I left the hospital quietly, but inside me, something was building. Not anger, not sadness, something stronger. Control. Now I had the first piece. The next step was the house. My house. That evening, I returned to the neighborhood, but I didn't go inside. I stayed at a distance, watching. Again. This time, it was quiet. No party. No music. Just normal lights. Normal life. Like nothing ever happened. I saw Daniel's car. Sophia's car. Both parked outside. Comfortable. Relaxed. Living in a house they thought was theirs. I smiled slightly. Because now, I knew the truth. And more important, I knew something they didn't. They thought I was gone. They thought the game was over. But in reality, the game had just started. And this time, I was not the victim. I was the one watching, planning, waiting. I stepped back into the shadows again and whispered softly, "Your turn is coming very soon." That night, I did not go back to the motel. I stayed in my car, parked far from the house. The street was quiet now. No music, no guests, no laughter. Just silence. But inside that silence, something was building. Inside me, a plan. Clear, cold, and very careful. I looked at my house again. Lights were on in the living room. Shadows moving behind the curtains. Daniel and Sophia, living their life, sleeping peacefully, thinking everything is done, thinking I am gone forever. They had no idea. I was watching them. And now, I had proof. Real proof. Hospital documents. Fake death papers. My son's signature. Everything. But proof alone was not enough. If I wanted to take everything back, I had to move smart. Not fast. Smart. Very smart. So I started with the most important thing. Money. Because everything in their life was built on money. My money. The next morning, I met Michael again. In his office. Small, quiet, private. He closed the door and looked at me seriously. "Are you ready?" he asked. I nodded. "Yes." He placed the documents on the table. "Then we start with legal control," he said. "Step by step." He opened the first file. My investment accounts, my savings, my properties. Everything was still in my name. Nothing had officially changed. That was important. Very important. They think they already won, Michael said. But legally, they have nothing yet. I smiled slightly. Good, I said. He looked at me again. What is your goal? He asked. Do you want to expose them, or destroy them? I thought for a moment, then answered slowly. I want them to feel it. Feel what they did. Michael nodded. Then we do this carefully. He started typing on his computer. First, we freeze access, he said. Not everything, just enough. Enough to make them nervous. I leaned back in my chair. Calm. Focused. Do it, I said. Within minutes, the first move was done. A small change, but powerful. Very powerful. Daniel's business account was connected to one of my investment structures. He didn't know that. He never checked. He trusted everything blindly. And now, that trust was about to break. Michael clicked one last button. Done, he said. I looked at him. What happens now? I asked. He smiled slightly. Now, we wait. Later that day, I returned to the street. Same place. Same shadows. Same house. But this time, something felt different. Because now, I was not just watching. I had already started. Inside the house, I could see movement. Daniel walking fast, back and forth, phone in his hand. Sophia standing near him. Her face, not calm anymore. I moved a little closer, carefully. And then I heard it. What do you mean blocked? Daniel shouted on the phone. His voice was loud, angry, panicked. Good. Very good. I stayed still, listening. There must be a mistake, he said. I need access now. He paused, listening to the other side. Then his voice dropped. Who authorized this? Silence. Then, what do you mean, primary holder? I smiled. Primary holder. That was me. Inside the house. Sophia stepped closer. What's happening? She asked. Daniel covered the phone. Something's wrong with the account, he said. Funds are restricted. Sophia's face changed instantly. What? She said. That's not possible. Daniel turned away, still on the phone. Yes, I understand. I'll check. He ended the call suddenly. His hand was shaking. This is bad, he said. How bad? Sophia asked. Daniel looked at her. All payments are on hold. All of them. Silence. Heavy silence. Sophia took a step back. But, we have expenses, she said. Bills, the car, everything. Daniel ran his hand through his hair. I know, he snapped, then quickly calmed down. I'll fix it. But I could see it. In his eyes. Fear. Real fear. The kind you cannot hide. The kind that grows fast. I stepped back into the darkness again. My first move was working. Perfectly. The next day, I made the second move. Smaller, but deeper. Michael called me in the morning. I found something interesting, he said. What? I asked. The house, he replied. I stayed quiet, listening carefully. The ownership is still under your trust, he said. Nothing has changed legally. I nodded. I expected that. But here's the problem, he continued. They submitted a request. My eyes narrowed. What kind of request? I asked. To transfer ownership, using your death certificate. I felt a cold wave inside me. So that was the next step. They were moving fast, trying to take everything. Before anyone notices. Can they do it? I asked. Michael shook his head. Not anymore. Why? I asked. He looked at me. Because you're alive. Simple. Clear. Powerful. I smiled again. Then stop it, I said. He nodded. It's already blocked. That evening, I went back again. Same place. Same view. But inside the house, everything was different now. No calm. No peace. Only tension. Daniel was sitting at the table. Laptop open. Phone next to him. Sophia pacing around the room. Fast. Nervous. This doesn't make sense, she said. Everything was perfect. Daniel didn't answer. He was typing. Searching. Trying to fix something that was already out of his control. Sophia stopped in front of him. Did you do something wrong? She asked. Daniel looked up, angry. No, he said. Then what is this? She shouted. He slammed the laptop shut. I said I'll handle it. Silence again. But this silence was different. This was not comfort. This was pressure. Cracks were starting. Small, but visible. I watched them. Carefully. Because this was just the beginning. That night, I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel angry. I felt something else. Control. For the first time. Since all this started, I was not reacting. I was leading. Every move, every step, was mine. And they had no idea. They still believed this was a problem. A mistake. Something temporary. So, they will understand. This is not a mistake. This is a message. And the message is simple. I'm not dead. And I am coming back. Slowly. Piece by piece. Next morning, everything changed more fast than I think. I wake up early. Very early. My sleep was not deep. My mind was full. Too many thoughts. Too many questions. But one thing clear. Today something big will happen. I sit on chair near window. Same window, from where I watched my own death party. Coffee in my hand, but taste feels strange. Not because coffee bad, but because life now feel different. Around 9 a.m., my phone ring. Unknown number. I look at it, for few seconds. Then I pick. Hello? Voice come, nervous voice. Mr. Daniel, this is Mark, from your son's company. I stay quiet. He continue. Sir, something very serious happened. All company accounts are frozen. Clients are calling, payments stop. We don't know what to do. I close my eyes. So, it started. I speak slow. Talk to Justin. Mark reply fast. Sir, he is not answering. We try many times. We are in big problem. I say only one line. He will answer, wait. Then I cut call. My hands not shaking. My heart not fast. Strange. I feel calm. Maybe because I was ready for this. Maybe because deep inside, I wanted this moment. Few minutes later, another call. This time, Justin. I look at screen. His name. For a second, old memories come. Small boy, running to hug me. But then, I remember last night. I pick call. Dad. What is happening? His voice loud, scared. I say calm. What happened? Accounts are blocked. Company money gone. I can't pay anyone. Clients are angry. Did you do something? Straight question. No respect, no calm, only fear. I stay silent for few seconds. Then I say, maybe, company have problem. Don't play games, Dad. This is serious. I stand up, walk slowly. I know, it is serious. Then fix it. You know people. You have contacts. That line. Fix it. Like I am still his worker. Not his father. I smile little. Justin. Sometimes, problem not outside, problem inside. What does that even mean? You spend money, you lie to clients, you forget responsibility? Silence. Heavy silence. Then he speaks slow. You are checking my business? I was protecting it. Another silence. This time longer. Then, anger come. You had no right. No right. I repeat. My money built that company. That was investment. Not control. I laugh little, but no happiness. Read your papers, son. What papers? You sign them. I hear his breathing, fast, confused. You planned this? No, you planned this, when you forget me. Silence again. Then, softer voice. Dad, please, this is not funny. That word, please. First time, he sound like son again. But still, something missing. Respect. Truth. I say. Go office, read documents, then call me. I cut call. I don't wait his answer. I sit again. My heart little heavy now. Not easy to do this, but necessary. Around noon, I go outside. First time. I leave house since death. Sunlight hit my face. Feels strange. Like I am ghost walking in world. I go small cafe. Sit corner table. Order simple coffee. People around, normal life. Laughing, talking, working. No one know. I am dead. This feeling, hard to explain. My phone on table. I wait. 1 hour. Nothing. 2 hours. Nothing. Then message. From Justin. Only one line. Can we meet? I read it again. No, Dad. No respect. But, better than before. I reply. 6 p.m. Old park. That park. Where I teach him ride bicycle. Where we eat ice cream. Where he fall, and I pick him. Let's see, if he remember. Evening. I reach early. Sit on bench. Same bench. Wind slow. Trees moving little. Memory strong. At 6:15. He come. Like always now. You walk fast. Face tired, eyes red, hair messy. Not same confident man. Today he looks small. Lost. You stand in front of me. We both silent. Few seconds. Then he speak. You really did this? I look at him. Yes. Why? Simple question. But answer, very big. I stand up. Look straight in his eyes. Because you forget who I am. You shake head. No, this is too much, you destroy everything. I speak slow. I did not destroy. I showed truth. What truth? That nothing was yours. He stepped back little. Pain on his face. Dad. This time he say it. Real. Please. I worked hard. I know. I built clients. I made deals. With my foundation. Silence. Tears in his eyes, but he hold them. What do you want? That question. Important. Very important. I take deep breath. I want my son back. He looked confused. What? I want respect, truth, and honesty. I stop him. No lies now. He close his mouth. I continue. You used me, ignored me, and then, you celebrate my death. His face change. So, how do you know? I saw everything. Silence. Heavy silence. Wind stop. Time feels slow. You were there? Yes. He sit on bench. Head down. Hands shaking. I didn't mean. You meant everything. He don't speak. Just quiet. Minutes pass. Then, slowly. I am sorry. Very soft voice. Almost break. I look at him. First time. I feel something. Not anger. Not revenge. Something else. Pain and little hope. But I don't trust words. Not yet. I say. Sorry is easy. He nod. I know. Change is hard. He nod again. I can try. I sit beside him. But this time. I decide. He look at me. Eyes wet. Please, don't take everything. I stay silent. Long silence. Then I say. Tomorrow, you come home. Home? Yes. And? We talk again. He nods slow. Okay. I stand up. Ready to leave. Then he say. Dad. I stop. Turn little. Thank you, for not giving up on me. I don't reply. Just walk away. Because truth is, I almost did. Very close. But maybe, not completely. Tomorrow. We'll decide everything. That night. I did not sleep. Not because of fear. But because of thinking. Too many things inside my head. My son said sorry. But sorry is just word. Real change, need action. I sit in dark room, only small lamp on. House feel quiet, but heavy. Like walls also waiting, what will happen next? Morning comes slow. I wake up early again. Make coffee. Sit on same chair. Look at door. Today. Justin will come back. But question is, he come as son, or same stranger? At 10 a.m. Door open. You walk inside. Slow steps. No loud voice. No phone in hand. No attitude. Just quiet. This already different. I look at him. He look around house. Like he see it first time. Maybe he finally understand. This house, not just building. This is life. My life. He walked to me. Stop few steps away. Dad. His voice low. I don't answer. I just watch him. He take deep breath. I didn't sleep. I say simple. Sit. He sit. Hands together. Nervous. Like small boy again. Few seconds, silence. Then he speak. I read everything. I nod little. Papers, contracts, ownership. His voice shaking little. I didn't know. I know, I say. You signed without reading. He looked down. I trusted you. That line hit deep. But I stay calm. And I trusted you, with my respect. Silence. He nods slowly. I understand now. I look at him. Do you? He raised his head. Eyes red. Yes, I was wrong. Not big speech. Not excuses. Just simple. I forget everything, what you did for me. His voice break little. I was busy, chasing money, impressing others. He stop. Then whisper. I forgot my own father. Room become very quiet. Even clocks sound loud. Tick, tick, tick. I say. And Kimberly? He take long breath. She left. I look at him. She packed bags this morning, when she hear about money. He laugh, but sad laugh. She didn't even wait one day. No surprise for me. But still, painful. For her, I was just money. He shake head. I see everything now. I stand up, walk slow. Go near window. Same window, from where I saw party. You see now, but late. You stand too. I know, but please, give me one chance. I turn back. Look straight in his eyes. Why? Because I want to fix everything. How? I will work, honestly, rebuild business, pay back everything. And respect. I will earn it again. Big words. But I already hear big words before. I walk closer. Justin, words are easy. He nod. I know. Then prove. You take deep breath. I will. I stay silent. Few seconds. Then I say, company, still under my control. I understand. You will work, but not as owner. He nod again. As employee. His face change little. But he accept. Okay. No big salary. Okay. No luxury. Okay. And one more thing. He looks serious. Honesty. No lies. No shortcuts. I promise. I don't smile. Not yet. This is not promise. This is rule. He nod. Yes, rule. I go to table. Take one file. Put in front of him. This is new agreement. He look at it. Hands shaking little. Read everything. He open file. Start reading. Slow. Line by line. First time he really read. I watch him. This moment, important. Very important. After 20 minutes, he close file. I agree. Sure. Yes. No hurry. I am sure. He sign. This time, with full understanding. I take file. Put aside. Good. He look at me. What now? I say. Now, you start from zero. He nod. I am ready. I walk to kitchen. Make 2 coffee. Real coffee. Not instant. I give him 1 cup. He take it. Thank you. Dad. Small word. But heavy. We sit together. First time, like before. No phone. No distraction. Just silence. But this silence, peaceful. After some time, you speak. I want to say sorry again. I stop him. No more sorry. He look confused. Show me. He nod. I will. Days start passing. Slow, but different. Justin wake early. Go office. Work full day. Come home tired. No parties. No expensive things. No fake life. Sometimes. I watch him. Quiet. He really trying. One day. I go office without telling. I stand outside. Look through glass. He working. Talking with team. Come. Respectful. No lies. No showing off. Different man. I don't go inside. I just leave. Because I don't want him to act. I want real change. Weeks pass. One evening. He come home. Face tired, but small smile. We got 1 client. Small client. Not big money. But honest. I nod. Good. He smile more. Step by step. Yes. Step by step. Like life. One night. We sit again. Same place. He say, Dad. I understand now. Everything can go in one moment. Yes. And only real thing left is family. I look at him. You learned. He nod. But I am still learning. I take deep breath. For first time. I feel something different. Not anger. Not pain. Maybe peace. But still, test not finished. Because real test is not one day. It is whole life. And I am still watching. Not from outside now. But from inside. Closer. Stronger. And this time, I will not close my eyes again. Life not change in one day. Not even in 1 week. Real change, take time. Slow time. Painful time. And I watch everything. Not like before. Not from outside window, but from inside house. Inside his life. Justin start working every day. Early morning, no alarm snooze, no lazy time. He wake up, make his own coffee, simple one, no expensive machine. First week. I see his hands shake little, maybe stress, maybe fear, maybe both. But he don't stop. Office become different place now. Before, it was loud, fake energy, big promises, fast money talk. Now, quiet, focused, real work. Small team, confused at first, but slowly, they understand. Justin talk less, listen more. He check every detail, every email, every number. No shortcuts. One day. I sit in living room, he come late night. Very tired. shirt wrinkled, eyes red. He sit on chair, don't even change clothes. Just sit, silent. I ask, hard day. He nod. Very. Then he say something, small but big. I think this is first time I really work. I look at him, and I see truth. Not words, real truth. Days pass. Weeks pass. No Kimberly. No calls from her. No message. Like she never exist. Justin don't talk about her. Not one time. Maybe pain's still there, but he keep it inside. One night, I see him holding phone, looking at old photos. He don't cry, but I know, something break inside. But he close phone, and next day he go work again. Money situation still bad. Accounts under my control. I release small amount, only for business needs. No extra. No luxury. Justin learned fast. He cut costs. Cancel useless things. Sell one car. Move to smaller lifestyle. No complaint. This part surprised me. One Sunday, he come to me. Sit close. Dad, I want to show you something. He give me file. Inside, reports, clean reports. Real numbers. No hidden things. This is last 3 weeks' work. I check. Everything clear. Honest. Simple. I close file. Look at him. Good. Just one word. But he smile like I give him everything. Trust, very slow thing. Like glass, once break, hard to fix. But small pieces, can join again, if careful. One evening, we go park again. Same old park. Same bench. Sun going down. Sky orange. Justin sit beside me, quiet. Then he say, do you remember, when I fall from bicycle? I smile little. You cry a lot. He laugh, small laugh, real one. And you say, stand again. I nod. And you stand. He look at ground. You doing same now, right? I look at him. Yes. He whisper. Thank you, for not letting me fall forever. This time. I don't stop him. Because this not sorry. This understanding. Months pass. Business slowly come back. Not big, but stable. Honest clients. Small profits. Real growth. Justin become different man. He don't chase big image now. He build real value. Step by step. One morning. I call him to study room. Table clean. Papers ready. He looks serious. What is this? I say. Sit. He sit. I open file. Same company documents. But new pages. Read. He read slow. Eyes move line by line. Then he stop. Look at me, shocked. You are giving me back? I say calm. Partial control. His hands shake. Dad. I don't know what to say. I stop him. Say nothing. Just remember. He nod fast. Eyes wet. But this time, not weak tears. Strong ones. I will not waste this chance. I say. I know. Because now, I really know. We sign papers. This time, different feeling. Not control, not power, but balance. Trust coming back, little by little. Life becomes simple again. Mornings, coffee together. Sometimes talk, sometimes just silence. But this silence, not heavy now. Peaceful. One day, Justin cooked dinner. First time in years. Kitchen little messy, food little burned, but effort real. We eat together. He laughed. I think I need more practice. I say. Yes, but good start. We both smile. Another day he brings small gift. Not expensive. Simple watch. He say. I see this, and I remember you. I take it. Look at it. No brand, no show, but meaning big. Thank you. He smile. This time. I choose with heart. I nod. I can see. Time move, but lessons stay. Sometimes. I still remember that night. That party. My photo on wall. People laughing. My son celebrating my death. That pain, not fully gone. Maybe never will. But now, it become reminder. Reminder of what we can lose, if we forget who we are. One evening. Justin say. Dad, can I ask something? I say. Ask. You take deep breath. That night when you watch everything, what you feel? I stay silent few seconds. Then I say. I feel empty. You look down. I am sorry. I shake head. No. That feeling, save us. You look confused. I explain. If I not feel that, I never act. If I never act, you never change. He nods slowly. So, pain was needed. I say. Yes. Hard truth, but real. Now, house feel like home again. Not hotel. Not battlefield. Real home. Sometimes we sit and watch TV, like old days. Sometimes we argue, small things, normal things. But respect always there now. One night, before sleep, I stand near window again. Same window. I look outside. Street quiet. Light soft. I remember how I stand here, watching my own life from outside. Feeling like ghost. Invisible. Forgotten. Now, I'm not outside. I am inside. Back in my own life. Back as father. And my son, finally back as son. Not perfect. No one perfect. But real. Honest. Trying. And that is enough. So if you are watching this, remember one thing. Respect is not automatic. Family is not guarantee. If you forget people who build you, one day, you can lose everything. Just like my son almost did. But if you learn, if you change, if you come back with truth, then maybe, just maybe, you get second chance. I gave my son that chance. And he did not waste it. This is my story. And this time, it don't end with revenge. It end with understanding. I was alive, but my own son celebrate my death. That pain, it break me from inside. But sometimes, life give very strange lesson. Not with love, but with shock. Not with soft words, but with hard truth. I did not shout. I did not fight. I just stepped back and let him see reality. And when everything fall down, when money gone, people gone, fake life gone, then my son finally see me. Not as old man. Not as problem. But as his father. Today, we are not perfect. But we are real. And sometimes, real is enough. If you have parents, respect them. Before it become too late. Because not everyone gets second chance. I gave one chance. And this time, it was not wasted. Thank you for watching my story till the end. If this story touched your heart even a little, then please like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means everything. See you in next story.